Welcome to this Vives, where knowledge meets inspiration and curiosity sparks transformation. I'm your host, Resoro Molifi, and each week we embark on a journey of exploration and enlightenment. Join us as we navigate the tapestry of experience, weaving together insights from academic visionaries and change makers. Get ready to expand your horizon, challenge your perspectives, and embark on a quest for personal and collective growth. This is Vice where every episode is a gateway to a world of endless possibilities. Let's get back to the episode. Welcome to the podcast. Can you brief the audience about yourself?
My name is Krista Matlou. I am a student at Northwest University. I am doing my BSc honors in microbiology.
So for a person who's watching this, wherever they are, what would you want them to know about Krista?
What should I know about me? First of all, I don't know it. Lambona Luna Manke. Lovely.
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 So you mentioned that you're doing honors in microbiology. That's cool. So what is microbiology actually?
Microbiology is actually the study of microorganisms. So it's about the bacteria, fungi, algae, all of that falls in there. Yeah.
So why did you decide to go that route actually?
I make microbiology. Like from the beginning, yeah, Nikisa major from the start. But then the thing I saw how it was focusing on the diseases and all of that. So then I wanted to be part of the change, yeah.
Okay. So it started from, did you start loving it from high school or?
I would say that high school, like like I would change like careers, like I would want to be a biochemist, and then the next minute I want to be a microbiologist, the next minute I want to be a teacher. So microbiologist is one of those careers that I once touched, but then I was not like, this is what I want to do. So it's something that I actually fell in love when I came into the tertiary. That's when now I said, you know what, I like this one. Yeah.
So what were like the requirements for you to sign up for this course in your first year?
In my first year, I actually changed later. So in my first year, I did BSc biochemistry and chemistry, and the requirements was level 3 maths, level 3 physics, and then I think English, it has to be level 5 or 4. Yeah.
So since you came here in NW, like what solidified your love for microbiology? Like what happened that actually improved or stimulated it more?
Stimulated it more. I would say the practicals. The practicals that we do, usually microscopes. So obviously when we were doing the practicals, and then that's when now we perform them, the experiments and all of that. Now we are going to be seeing all of that inside the microscope. So that's when now you get to see, okay, so there are some things that you really can't see with the eye, but then you can only see them when you use that microscope. It's like, okay, it's here, but then you only can see it when it's inside the microscope. So not everything that you can see, but then like there's things that you cannot see, but they are there. Yeah, so I would say that.
So it's more practical than theory, or is it a balance?
It's both.
50-50?
Yeah, you have to balance.
But no, which one is more, like, for example, daily, like when you attend classes, which one do you do more? Do you do more practicals or do you do more theory-based, like reading stuff like that?
I would say that, I would say that no, practicals are less, theory is more. Because when I was doing my honors, it's sort of like I had to balance. Like I would say maybe in a week I attend 3 classes, and then during that time I have to find a way to squeeze in the practicals that I'm doing in the lab. So it's more like now you'll find that the whole day, or I have to do I have to focus on my experiment part. Or maybe tomorrow I don't do that, I have to attend a class, or maybe after I attend the class I have to go now and then attend my practical work. So I don't know, man, but I think theory is way more than the practical side when you are doing undergrad. But when you are doing your postgrad, that's where now you'll be doing more practicals.
That makes sense.
Or because it's also about you, it depends on you, because nobody's going to push you. You have to push yourself that, okay, I have to do an experiment like this. Okay, you go and do that experiment. You are done with that. You move to another one.
Okay.
So it's about you and your schedule, how you're going to work around that.
So in numbers, how many were you that were doing on?
How many?
How many students were you?
We were 12.
12?
Mm.
Oh, that's a small number.
That's
That's
because
a small number.
yeah, I would say that from the beginning, when they were sending us emails,
Okay.
we were like 20. So meaning that there were like people who went their own ways, others didn't have funding, So and then the number came down to 12. Yeah, so we were 12.
So do you guys work together, or is it like everybody for themselves?
Everyone for themselves, because our practicals are not the same, our supervisors are not the same. Someone is working on Shigella, someone is working on some antibodies that you also don't know about. And then, our supervisors are not the same. The streams are different. Others are doing virology. Others are doing bacteriology. I am doing environmental microbiology. Someone is doing microbial ecology. So that's different.
Oh, okay. So every single one of you has their own supervisor that assist them.
Yeah, like I would say that we were like 3 of us from the 12. We were doing environmental microbiology, and then 4 they were doing bacteriology, and then 2 were doing virology, and then the other 3 they were doing microbial ecology. So like everybody was,
Okay. So what's the most problematic concept that you faced during your study as a microbiologist science?
Greenhouse. Greenhouse nearly killed me, because now.
What is that about?
Yeah, so like what I was doing, I was like planting.
Okay.
I'm sort of like a farmer.
All right.
But then a farmer that's a microbiologist.
Okay.
So what I was doing is that I have to introduce microorganisms inside the plant. So now that's where now the problem was.
You introduce them to the plant.
You introduce them to the plant.
Okay.
So you take those microorganisms that you've been studying, like the whole year you've been doing these experiments, and then you're trying to see which microorganisms they are plant growth promoting bacteria, like those that promote the plant, like those that make the plant grow.
Okay.
So you test them if they can produce hormones, if they can produce phytohormones, iron, like all those other factors.
Okay.
So after that, now there's a plant that you're working on, that's soybean. So I had to take that bacteria, the ones that I would say now, these are the best from all that I tested. And then I'm going to plant them in the greenhouse. So now you have to plant like a person that like plants.
Okay.
So now...
The traditional way of planting, soil.
You take the soil, yes. But the thing with being a microbiologist is that now you have to treat you have to do seed treatment. You have to put chemicals in that seeds.
Oh, okay.
And then now you have to you also have to use some chemicals on those microorganisms again. So that's where now the problem was, and that nearly killed me. Even though in my life, I would say greenhouse because now we are given a protocol. Like when you do these practicals, you are given a protocol that you have to follow this, you have to do this, you have to do this. So what I actually discovered is that every time when I went to plant, that's when now my things did not grow. And I followed this protocol the way this protocol is. I go and plant, my things don't grow. I do that the second time, my things don't grow. So now what happened the second time is that when I planted, I forgot to sterilize, like to put chemicals in some of the seeds. So now the seeds that I forgot to sterilize, because already I have planted, there's no way I was going to dig them up. So I just planted other ones on top. And then the ones that I didn't sterilize, they grew. And then the ones that I sterilized, they didn't grow. So that's when now I went to my senior. This is not growing. But then they would say, they are growing is the ones that I didn't sterilize. So that's when now he went and did some of the tests. And then he found out that the chemical that we were putting, like to treat the seeds, was the one that was killing the plants. So and then I proceeded to plant the third time. My things don't grow.
Oh my word. How did you deal with the psychological?
Did I not? So now the thing is, I cried because there was a point where I cried because then, okay, and then I was like, okay, so what am I gonna do? So there was like, okay, can you now take your experiment to the lab? And like now you're no longer gonna do the greenhouse thing. You're gonna plant your things in the lab. So I was like, no. Number one, I already know where the problem is. It's like you're asking me now to go and start a new relationship, I already know what the problem here is. Or I can identify the problem. Now you are telling me now to go and start another relationship that I don't know anything about. So that's where now I was like, okay, I think we have to identify all the problems. And then I found out that the entire protocol was the one killing the seeds. The chemicals that we were using for the seeds, the chemicals that we were using for the microorganism. And that's where now I did it the traditional way. That's where now I just used water. And that's where now my plants started to grow.
Just by water?
Just by water.
Without any
chemicals, without anything.
So that's all you needed, just water?
Or just water.
Wow. And what were you feeling that time?
I cried. I cried because, I cried because, and the thing with it is that the protocol that they gave us was for maize.
Yeah.
And we were working on soybean. So you can't expect the same percentage or the same amount of chemicals that they are using on maize to be used on a different seed. So
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So science-ish. It's not giving.
That's crazy. So, how do you handle the pressure how did you handle the pressure of school and, your own life, actually? How did you balance the two?
I would say that my life is school. Because I was just focusing on school. Like the other thing that you're doing, like you're supposed to be having relationships with your friend, but now you can't see your friend because now you have to do lab work. So I would say that, like, sometimes I would find that, I can't balance. Like, you can't balance. It's either they come to me, they find me in the lab, and then now we just chat just a little bit, and then they leave. But I never found myself, like, just chilling with my friends and be like, we are going out, we are going to do something. Like, I never found myself doing that as I did last year. Because, like, this year now, it was more like lab, school. Now, when you have a job again, now you have to juggle the job too. So it was just, I don't have time. Yeah, that's that.
So the workload was that much?
Yeah, because now you have 2 modules that you have to balance as well. And then now we research again. So.
Okay. So what were, like, the effective ways that you used to, like, keep ahead on your coursework? Like the things that you did to, okay, by this time I'm gonna do this. Like, how do you keep ahead and keep up, actually?
No, I don't have a timetable.
You don't?
I don't have a timetable. Okay, so I was just doing.
I
was just doing. I couldn't, like, as long I did this, okay, it means after here I have to do this. So there's no way I could come with a timetable and say, okay, this is what I'm gonna follow. I can't do that because anything can come up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you just work according to the schedule?
Yeah, as long I can just do this for now, and then after that I'll jump to that. Yeah. But there was no time to have fun and do all of that. There was no time for fun. Yeah. It was just a lot.
Wow. So are you part of any, like, school organizations, anything besides your schoolwork, like in school?
Organization?
Sports?
Boxing. Yeah, I'm a boxer.
You're a boxer? Okay.
I would say, there's nothing again that I'm doing besides boxing. Yeah. Oh, ZSF.
What is that?
ZSF is, I joined it just recently. That's a Zion Student Fellowship.
Zion Student Fellowship?
Yeah, it's for ZCC students.
Oh.
If you are a ZCC, student, you can go there.
It's like a church? Or?
Yeah, it's a church thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's something?
Yeah, that's something.
So, Kasta, can you tell us about, like, any memorable experiences that you've learned so far? From your honors? Or your undergrad?
Man, I learned so many things.
We would love. We would love to hear. We would love to hear.
I learned so many things, wait, man. But then the thing what am I gonna say? Because when I came here, I didn't know anything about practicals. In fact, I didn't even know that in my course I was gonna do practicals.
Oh no.
I didn't know. When I got here, I was just Krista. So I also didn't bring any clothes, shoes. So there are so many things that I learned. I would say that I also didn't know how to use an inoculating loop. And I started to learn that when I was doing my honors. But my whole of undergrad, I didn't know how to use an inoculating loop.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know King. Really with Halenyana, so and then una lesekele, that's the ones that you now take those microorganisms in there, and then you insert on the other one, yeah, the subculture, or you take, or yeah, something like that.
Okay.
I didn't know. I learned so many things, Risoko. You know, I learned so many things, man. I don't even remember, but I came here without. I also didn't know how to box. At least now I know something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you're a warrior, Krista. You came
Yeah.
a long way.
Oh, of course.
You came a long way. Like for real, you came a long way from your undergrad to now. You finished your honors, you're graduating. It's a big achievement for me. Yeah. It's a big achievement. You might not see it, but I do.
Nah.
As an undergrad myself, I see like you. It's motivating actually. That's why you're here. You're here for a reason. To motivate people who are watching this from home or wherever they are. Because not a lot of people can do what you're doing. One of the hardest courses in university. That's no joke.
Yeah,
that's no joke. BSc is no joke. It challenges your mental health, your physical health, your everything. You know, you are abandoning your relationships, you're abandoning everything just to achieve greatness. That you get that degree, just to get that honors. You know. So for me, it's a big thing. It's a big thing.
Okay.
So Krista, how if for me as an undergrad student, or let's say I'm a first year, for me as a first year, how do I, let's say, build relationships with professors, mentors, and supervisors? You know,
I would say consult. There's that period now where they say now you can come and see your lecturer. Now you can go and consult. That's where now you start building your relationships. That's where now when they're asking a question, you raise up your hand. So that, you know, the faces are, you know, this is a usual face, like it's familiar. But like there's so many people. But then if they know that every time Resego is the one that's raising his hands, next time, no, Resego. So it's not even, it's going to be very easy. Or even if maybe you need a bursary, because I know, when there becomes a point whereby now you also don't have a funding or something, you can go to those lecturers, they can try to help. Also, if like they ask a question, you answer. If you know, if you don't, you don't know, you don't know. You can attempt. You know?
Yeah, cause I'm a first year myself, and what I've seen is that since from first semester, like most students, including myself, we were like scared asking questions like from the lecturer. Like in class, let's say we're in a lecture, the lecturer asks a question, we will be afraid to answer. Most of us won't answer. There'll be like that or one kid who answers, or nobody at all. You know? Or just after class, walking up to the lecturer, the guts it took. Some of us can't do it. So
it's so hard. What, man?
Yeah,
I think even if you do your third year, I mean even last year, if they were asking a question, we wouldn't even answer. What are we gonna say because we don't know? What are we going to say because you don't know? Especially biochemistry, you know, there's nothing you can say there. Yeah, and then he'll point you the lecturer so that you answer when yourself.
And you're gonna answer.
Yeah, and I don't like this. I don't like these lecturers who like to point you there, and then you don't know anything.
Look around. What am I doing?
What am I gonna say? I also don't like those lecturers who point at you even though you are not raising your hand. And I don't like it. Yeah. So what was the question again?
I didn't ask you. You already answered the question.
Oh, okay.
So your lecturers now, like, are you happy that like you're able to display a friendship connection with them, or is it only lecturer students strictly like that?
It's strictly like that.
Strictly lecturer students,
strictly
nothing
like
more.
Students, nothing more.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's
They give you guys advice, what to do, recommendations and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that too, because I remember there was a time where I was with Prof. Adeba.
Okay.
So he was, I was with my friend, my colleague. And then when we got there now, he was asking me, so my sister, are you coming back for masters? I was like, no, I'm not coming back for masters. I was like, no, my sister, I saw you on Sunday. So, hey, you're a hard worker, you can do this masters thing, going to, Yeah, but then you find that you and your prof at some point, maybe months ago, you just had maybe misunderstandings here and there. Then that very same person now they come again. No, my sister, you are a hard worker.
Friends now.
You're friends now. Yeah, you are a hard worker, my sister now. Go and do masters, please. I don't want to see you struggling and all of that. So the relationship sometimes it's more professional, but I think most of them they just want the best for you. They want the best. Yeah, they're not that bad. Even if they argue with you on their But they want the best for you.
So, what's the duration, or on average? Undergrad is 3 years. Honors is 2 years.
Yeah, sometimes they are 1 to 2, but then for us it's 1 year.
Oh, yours is 1 year.
Yeah, it's 1 year.
Masters is 2.
It's 2 years.
It's 2 years, and PhD.
PhD is 3 years.
It's 3 years. So, would you recommend anybody or advise people who are following your stream or any other undergrad to pursue further education like PhD, masters, honors?
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Yeah. If they want to, because it's all about the person. Someone wants to go and work. Someone wants something different, you know. Yeah, you never know. But now, like I would say, go and do it. Go and get your doctorate. Go and do your masters.
Get that bag.
Yeah, get that bag. Yeah, get that bag. Yeah, get that
Spell
bag.
for it.
So yeah, I think about advice. Go and do PhD, masters, honors. I think you know what, it gives you a chance to get into the industry. Yeah, also in the academia, but I think maybe in the academia there's not so many jobs like, you know, in universities and all of that. Like usually they already have lecturers. They're not gonna hire you as a junior lecturer when you live here.
Definitely.
So I think if you have a better chance maybe getting in the industry, maybe working for ARC, CSIR, all those other ones, yeah. So I would say, yeah, go in and do research. It's really nice, it's not that bad. But you must be prepared to work.
So, Krista, according to you, what type of student must you be in order to enjoy that academic pain to get what you want? Like, in order to succeed, what type of student must you be? Just like you.
What type of student do you to enjoy? Man, I think this thing, you know, it wants hard workers. Like, if you are a hard worker, like, you know what, you are focused. Like, you study, when you are required to study, you submit assignments, you do quizzes, and all of that. Like, yeah, that's how you can enjoy this course. But if you know that you are a player, you are playing, when you are required now to go and study, you drink, you drink alcohol, you won't survive. You won't survive. This course really wants people that are, you know what, hard workers, who are focused. Otherwise, if you are enjoying with alcohol, you run to alcohol, you do parties, that's how you're going to enjoy. You want to run away from the course. It's chawi. Yeah, it's chai. Yeah. So you have to, you have to study.
Just work.
Yeah,
Just
work. Do your part.
Just do your part. That's it. So, Krista, what do you think is the factor that, let's say, delays students or hinder students from getting the degree, getting their honors?
I think sometimes it depends, but when you'll find the depression, you know, the mental health issues, we like fun, you know. Hardly we say in Africa, we want to go and drink.
Yeah, we do know the same. Work hard, play hard.
We drink and then we pass.
We drink, we pass.
Yeah, we drink and we pass. So, like, yeah, those things. I would say that, yeah, I think there was a period whereby now we were now doing more parties now. Yeah, I think during those COVID times now, yeah.
Because you have to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, you have to enjoy yourself.
You can't stay cooped up. You know?
Yeah, and you know that almost they failed the module. Hey, the way the fun was, the fun was really fun.
You almost failed the module.
Yeah, I almost failed the module, but I passed. Because I think I was only doing 3 modules at that time, so.
Oh my.
Yeah, it was only 3, so I was thinking, I don't have so much pressure and all of that. My sister, you're not focused. You're not focused. So parties and all of that, I would say, you know, cut that. Like, look at the company, you know, the people that you are keeping around you. Because like sometimes you'll find that you are not even a drinker. And then now you have that friend that's telling you, no, man, take. Now you start drinking. And then you know that you're not a drinker, and then now you start saying, oh, it's fine. So you just have to check, you know, the company that you're keeping. Like, can you balance? If like you're going out with your friends, are you doing that every week? Are you doing that every weekend? So like those are the things that you have to check. Like the parties, having fun, the company, like those things. Like you have to check first. Like, who are you bringing in your life, or how are they vibing? You find that there's that friend now who's only just focusing on books. Those are the people that you should be vibing with if you know that you want to, you know, to do your course in peace. Those are the people you should be friends with. Yeah, so I would say that they are partying and hey, yeah, that's the day.
Okay. So, Krista, what are your long-term goals
Long-term goals?
with microbiology?
Oh, I don't know if I really want to do microbiology, you know. I would say that, you know what, I would say phytomedicine.
Phytomedicine?
Yeah, it's sort of like, I think maybe, it's sort of like using plants to find cures.
Cures for the plants?
Cures. Like you know what I'm doing now is also more like it's like plant pathology.
Yeah.
That's why now I'm finding cures for the plants.
Oh, yeah.
But then now for the people, I would say like I wanna go and do something like that. If it's not that, then I would say maybe virology, like maybe getting a degree in virology, just virology, not microbiology.
Virology is
in viruses.
Okay.
When you are working with only viruses, that's something that I would want to do. But I think maybe even just leaving this microbiology thing is not like leaving that microbiology, because like virology is like the same thing, but like not the same, but like
Definitely.
yeah. So, but I don't think, you know, for microbiology, I don't think I really want to do microbiology, you know, until I do my PhD. I want to do something else. Maybe I'll find something that I like, but now...
As for now, you know,
I'm not sure. But for my master's, maybe I can do microbiology, but for my PhD, nah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely not microbiology.
Okay. So what industry do you hope or will you get in?
Industry can work in.
Like your workspace, the workspace that you would love to get in.
I would say now, like I like this company, ARC.
ARC, it's
Agricultural Research Council.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in Pretoria. I think they have many campuses there. I think they are working with
What do they do actually?
Like I went there once for a trip.
Oh my.
So that when we got there, like they didn't show us anything because they said it's a cutting. What that? A national something zone. Like they said like it's a national. I don't know what zone, I don't know, but they said that, you know, not everyone can just come in and then see what's happening in the labs. Because it's I don't know, something, contaminations can happen, you know, all those things. Anything can happen when you are there. So to be safe, it's just that we just went there and then they just started to explain to us what or how they work and all of that. We didn't see anything, but I would like to work there because I think they have so many things there. Like there's where now they work with agriculture, food security and safety. Like there are so many things there. So I also wanna go there. You know, I think they also have money there.
Oh, definitely.
So yeah, we wanna, you know.
Because you guys enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you have to get the bag. You enjoy it too long. Okay. It's really motivating. It's really motivating that for a person like you know, telling people advice and stuff like that, and your journey of how you got there.
It's really inspiring.
So like, how did you deal with your mental health and stuff like that? What did you do actually in your free time besides studying? Like maintaining your mental health and stuff like that.
I would say that boxing, it really did save me. So, like, I think it did, you know, because I think at the beginning of the year, you know, I had problems study funding when I was doing, like, when I started my honors, I had problems study funding and all of that. So every time I would just go and refresh, you know, I would know that, now I'm going to boxing, I'm going to refresh. So, like, for me, it did really help. But I don't think I really had those mental health issues whereby now, you know, I want to die. Okay. No, now I don't want to live anymore. Okay. But I knew that, this is part of life. Like, seasons come to pass. Like, even though, like, you're going through hell, that doesn't mean you're going to be going through it from now on. So, like, I knew that, okay, this is just a period and then I'll be fine.
Okay. So, Krista, looking back, what advice would you give to the viewers at home, to fellow students?
Go and live your life.
That's it.
Go and live your life. Go and live your life. Go and live your life. Like, it doesn't have to be just, you know, studying, getting that BSc and all of that. Go and hustle. You know, there are things that you can do. You can start a business. Yeah, you know, go and buy the wigs and then you sell. Go and live your life, panda, you know, hustle. It's not about, you know, just BSc and studying and all of that. You know, it doesn't even end there. You can start a business and then, you know, you have something. So, yeah.
Okay, Krista, we've come to the end of our podcast. It was a pleasure having you here. It was a pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm pretty sure the viewers enjoyed this video and they learned a lot from you, Krista. It's been I'm honored to share to have you as my guest, an honor student as my guest in microbiology, one of the most difficult courses in university.
One of the most, yeah.
It was a pleasure. Thank you, Krista.
Thank you, Risafo.